I start speaking now.
Right. Thank you, Eva.
Well, fine. Welcome to everybody. My name is Eva Zimmer. I'm part of EWMD International Network. EWMD stands for European Women Management Development. Our aim is to promote gender equality in higher positions. So we have our vision and mission that I can read a moment. The vision is women across the world that support each other in shaping and co-creating business, politics, and society, inspired by diversity, integrity, and inclusive leadership approach. And the mission is, we believe that women have skills that are strong assets for successful organizations. Therefore, we enhance the professional and personal development of our members by offering them an international community for mutual exchange of knowledge, experience, and ideas. So that's the reason why we are here tonight together. I am very glad to introduce our speaker, Daniela Buzat, who is a business consultant. And she is specialized in business development strategies. So tonight she is going to explain us a tool which is called Business Canvas Model, which is very useful in this field. Daniela is an expert. She is an Italian lady who lived for 10 years, the last 10 years in Switzerland, but she just moved back to Italy. She is, she is an EWMD member, and also she was a national representative of Switzerland in the international board. In her professional life, she used to be a sales and marketing director, and then later consultant. So she worked in various industries, automotive, medical, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, and so on. In 2020, she founded the company Daniela Buzat Consulting, which is a company which supports small and medium enterprises in their business development strategies. So tonight, we asked her to explain a tool which is very, very useful in this field. I tell you the agenda of tonight. We will have an introduction, presentation of the tool for around 30 minutes. Then a small break for questions and answers. And later on, Daniela will hold an online workshop using the tool on a real case. And we ask you if there's some volunteer who wants to give their own business to be examined and studied with this tool. So begin to think if you want to be the volunteer who presents their own business case. At the end, we will have the online workshop will have a duration of 20 minutes around. At the end, there will be a moment of conclusions and feedback, and we should close by 8 p.m. So I'm very happy to welcome Daniela, and please, Daniela, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Eva. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight and joining this webinar. Eva had very nice words for me. I guess it's because we are friends. But I will try to get new friends this evening by explaining you and illustrating you what is the business model canvas. My idea is, and also my mindset, it's nice to have a good theory, but it's nicer and better to use and convert theory into practice. So I inform you that as at the end, in the last half hour of this webinar, you will be asked to support me in this online workshop, and it will be not only one person. I will explain you later why. So please keep attention. Thanks, Eva, also for keeping the time. So I start with and I share a presentation which will help me to go to this through this tool in a structured way. Don't worry, these are just few slides. Here we are. What are we going to discover this evening? How, with a very simple and efficient tool, we can identify strengths and weaknesses of our business model, and also to develop new ideas based on the fine information we can put in a piece of paper, or who is more digital than me can also use a normal digital dashboard to work with this. This tool is nice because you can use it for your own business, or you can use it with your customer. So the business model canvas has been created by two Swiss guys, Alexander Osterwalder and Yves Pigneur. And this means I also learned to use this tool in Switzerland by one of my trainings. It is a strategic tool used for developing and visualizing business models. It provides a structured way to describe, design, challenge, and pivot a business idea. So it's good not only for freelancers, but also for startups or for big enterprises, or like me, I use it in the B2B industries with my small, medium entrepreneurs. So, sorry, with small, medium enterprises. It helps to refine strategies. This means it's not something that you can use only when you start a new business, but also to use it as a new assessment of your business after a few months or 1 year, and to reset and check if all what you said at the very beginning is working. So the business model canvas is, has 9 building blocks, and are all united in a frame like the one you see on the right side of the screen. And these 9 pillars are, which are the customer segments you are targeting. If you already know it, if you don't know it yet, it means probably you have to do some work. So, and what are the needs and behaviors of your target customers? These are not the only questions, of course, to this to fill in this frame. And during the workshop, I will help you with some questions, and it will be just a ping pong where I ask you more questions to come to define the main priorities of your business and the main values and so on. Anybody of you probably already knows the value proposition. The value proposition is what is unique that we can offer to the market, and it's not important if it is a service or a product. This tool works anyhow, and the value proposition has to be clear to us, first of all, since the very beginning. And clear if you want to join if you want to reach new customers, you need to define also your channels. For instance, I'm working in the B2B business, and anybody else could be active in the B2C business. It's clear that the channels can be different. What I just do a little example. For instance, for me, the LinkedIn tool is the one I prefer to market and to advertise about my business. It's very interesting because there is a lot of content that you can share. And for instance, for final consumer, if you want to, in the B2C, reach a final consumer, I just make an example with your cosmetic product, final cosmetic product, like a lipstick. LinkedIn is not your tool. And now I'm talking only about social media, which are the digital way to reach customers. But of course, there are many more marketing tools. I usually, during my experience and what I find very effective is the combination of digital marketing tools and traditional marketing tools, which could be exhibitions, events, conferences. I like a lot the face-to-face confrontation with the customers, with new partners. I like to meet people and I like to network. In this case, I find the face-to-face the best way. But perhaps I'm not really the last digital person. So additional 3 frames we have to fill in. These are the customer relationship frame. This means, how do you reach your customers? How do you interact with your customers? What do they like? How can you build a relationship with them? If I have to catch or to win a young customer, probably I catch him during digital events. If anybody of you has a more traditional way to communicate and to build up relationships, for sure the face-to-face events are very important, but also you have to know very well your customer. There are 2 phases, of course. There is the phase where they are still leads. They turn into prospects and then they turn into customers. It's clear that these are 3 different steps, and you need strategies to try to work parallelly on these 3 levels. Because as you probably have learned yourself, usually in a company, they would like to have short terms, medium terms, and long terms results. So I suggest that you work on 3 parallel ways. The revenue streams, what are these? For sure is how you earn your money. This means, what is your business? Which are your services? Are they competitive? Have you confronted with your competitors? Have you already done a competitor analysis? These revenue streams comes from your products or services. And it's important to say, not just product A, product B, service A, service B, but you have to put in this frame numbers. So you know how much does your service cost, or the ideal price you want your service to be paid. And the same is for products. So just estimate how many product services could I sell this year. It's a new business. These are all estimations that can be done or with the support of an expert that knows already a little bit your business, or by yourself if you have like historical records about how it does work your business. So it's important to write down here money, numbers, euro, dollars, whatever, Swiss francs. this has to be a concrete number. And which are your key resources? This is the other frame. The key resources is all what you need to deliver. So to sell and to issue invoices, because at the end of the month, you need to have invoices issued and to be paid. I'm very practical because I learned this during my professional life. And for instance, you can have a product which can be your intellectual property, like a patented product or a patent itself, and you don't want to develop also the product. You just want to make money by selling your IP or your patent. Or you need people to support you in building up your business or delivering products. I'm just talking about, I don't know, people for your working in your stock, or people supporting you as back office. It depends for sure how big your business and your structure is. But generally speaking, even if you are a freelancer and you are working on your own, the key resources can be also your partners. And I call them partners in crime. And the last three important frames which have to be filled in are the key activities. So which are the core actions you are starting to drive the business? For instance, I will invest in marketing. Or I would like to develop a new product. And for this, usually for any business, you need these key partners. Because for instance, you have a product or an idea and you cannot turn it in a concrete product, or you have a service and you have just a part of the service and you know that the customer needs a full service. So you have to join with other partners that for sure you have to trust. And this trust is so important as the trust you have to build up with your customer. There is no difference. Partners means this kind of relationship. Otherwise, us are generally told suppliers. But this is a very old way to make business, as you have probably already experienced. And close to the revenue streams, you have to know which your cost structures are. Because for sure, the difference between revenue streams and costs make your margin. This means make your earning. For instance, you have employees, or you have assistance costs for your laptop, any kind of cost. This helps you to build up a budget, costs budget, and a sales budget. Because I have to reach this break even in order to be able to develop my business also next year. Otherwise, it's very difficult that you can be successful, or we can be successful. So why use the business model canvas, and why I recommend you to help yourself with this, also for your own business? Because it provides you in a clear one-page overview of your business or of the business of your customer. So in our life, it must be all very fast, very quick, very efficient. I can confirm you that in this way, you involve your customer, and depending on the size of this company, you can reach a clear view of what you can do for this customer and what is the situation of your customer in from 3 up to 5 days, max 5 days. I tested it myself. So with little companies, up to companies who have 100 million revenue. Because at the end of the story, you have to have a person that knows the answers. So please use this only with decision makers and or entrepreneurs or CEOs that can provide or people who cooperate with these top managers, because without numbers and without information, you cannot move on. And you will just lose time and your customer as well. Please clear up this with your customer before the meeting and the workshop. What I like a lot of this workshop, of this tool, is that helps you to involve the team you are working with in a very nice way, especially when you do it face to face. About the online version, I will test it with you this evening and I will find out if it is so nice and effective and creates this cooperating mood and team feeling. It's adaptable. This means it's easy to update and refine as the business evolves. Encourages team to cooperate and to brainstorm. It's a strategic tool because it helps you identify risks, opportunities, and areas for improvement. And it's also a very nice, concise tool to communicate business models to stakeholders and investors. So I really recommend you to try to use it. And I will be more than glad to train you this evening for a few minutes. So now I'm open for your questions. The stage is yours. Are you all shy? Also, my friends are shy. Or perhaps you already know everything. Or can you share experiences if you already have used this tool with me? All shies. So then I'm looking for volunteers. So perhaps instead of asking questions, we try the tool together. Please, one volunteer. What we are going to do, and then I will leave you the link to this model. This is like a guideline you can use if you want to do it yourself, because there are a few questions which can help you to fill in these fields. So all 9 frames. How many of you are freelancers? Can you raise your hands, please? So please, okay. Just please do it with the tool because otherwise I cannot see you all. Okay, so now I'm going to select my volunteer. I hope he will work with me. So Katja, Katja Politsky, would you like to try?
You mean with my business or with the business of a customer, or just invent something, or what?
If you want to try with your business, it's your chance to try it. And I would suggest to start by the frame number 1, and to help ourselves, I start with the customer segments. So we do like this. I share with you this. And now I start asking questions to Katja.
Mhm.
Katja, you can answer if you want, having in mind a business case you had or you will have.
Mhm.
And so my first question is, what can you do for your customers? You can introduce yourself, Katja, if you would like to do it. Just a few
Yes,
minutes.
well, well, I would say I am like you are a consultant for international business, which means that I help companies who want to develop their business abroad. So I am pretty much what you are, Daniela. We know each other since a few years now, and so we are colleagues. And so I'm also freelancer. So now basically, well, at the moment I'm doing this job of asking questions with potential customer. So customer segment means, yeah, the company produces wine.
So you can do it yourself. If you want, I can put in the chat this file, and you can try doing it yourself, parallelly to Katja and me. Perhaps if you are so shy, it can be another chance. I didn't know you are so shy. Just a moment. I counted on at least one person who. Let me try, sorry, to drop here the file if I can. Not that good. So in the chat, okay. So.
Sorry, Daniela.
Yes.
I just saw that there's also Nadine who says,
Nadine, hello.
Just a business idea I'm working on. So maybe
okay.
later on, you can also ask Nadine what she is.
For sure. I would suggest I make the first frame now. I make the first frame with Katja. And then we make the second frame with Nadine. And we select one frame where she can explain her idea, which at the end of the story could be the unique selling proposition. Do you agree, Nadine? Could be this frame helping you defining it. I will read it in the chat. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure I can drop you this because I don't see. Okay, yes, I could. I'm doing it. So I should close it for a moment. Okay, the same file, the same sheet is now in the chat if you want to try following us. So the game is please answer to my question. So the first one is related to the customer segments. This means who do you want to sell your products? Okay, who could be your ideal customer? Have you any targets? So, Katja, thanks so much. I wrote down wine producers. Is the only one? The only segment?
Well, yes.
Okay. So
I mean, they only produce wine. So
see, yes.
That's what you're asking, right? Yeah. So
yeah,
only produce wine.
It's like defining like the aim of this question is identifying customer archetypes. Okay. So, and what do you do for your wine producer? What do you want to do?
Well, I would like to help them in developing their business abroad, possibly. The company is quite young, actually. They opened it just 2 years ago, so it's very, very small. So what I would like to do is helping them also in organizing themselves and trying to build up the organization, actually, because they are really at the beginning at the moment. So
can you consider this customer a startup or
yes, it's a startup. Yeah.
Okay.
Startup.
So we have the case startup.
Yes.
Why do I highlight this?
Yeah, because probably the answer to many questions is different if it is a startup than if consolidated business, right?
Right, right. Yeah.
Maybe some questions are easier for a startup or easier for a consolidated business, or maybe a startup doesn't even have an answer for some questions at the moment. So
sure, they have not the experience. That's why they need you.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, one question you can ask your customer is, what do you need to satisfy your request? So what do you want to achieve? In your case, the question is, what does your customer need to be satisfied? Have you identified a problem where you can provide a solution, for instance? Because, okay, you develop their business abroad is the goal, but there are still some issues before you can come to this point.
The main problem at the moment is that they have the production is not that huge to allow a big development abroad at the moment. So they are not producing a lot of bottles.
So turn it in a need, please. Formulate it as a need.
The need is
to increase
to improve the production.
Improve as quality or improve as quantity?
Improve quantity.
So they would like to increase
yes,
their production.
Yes.
Volumes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is, for instance, a need. And what advantage do you promise them if they work with you? How could you help them? Have you already thought about this? You shouldn't, but it's just, for instance, one question when you are with them.
Yes. Well,
right.
If they increase their production, I can provide them some customers that are interested in their product, that I already know they are interested in their product, but the customers who require huge quantities of products.
For instance,
I help them to bring the product in the right places, in the right countries, and in the right places. Meaning the right places, meaning their target places, right? Because I mean, they have a specific target regarding the place they want to sell their wine. So that's what I'm willing to help them to do.
Okay.
And what else?
So you provide customers. I would add, if you will agree, because I know you would provide them a network.
Yeah.
Or you will share sharing your network. For instance.
Yeah. Well, I also provide, of course, marketing strategies.
Okay.
And I will help also them to build up the prices of their product for selling them abroad.
Just for everybody, imagine you are in a session with 4 or 5 people who are contributing of the same company, of course, who are attending this workshop. And instead of doing like we are doing just for because we are online, you deliver them some post-its, and you have a very nice whiteboard, and ask anybody of them to contribute with their answers. You will see at the end you will need to cluster the answers to have the right information. What I'm doing now is not to stop Katya in her ideas flow, because this is not helpful. And at the end, probably I need to cut some information and to move this information from this segment to another segment. For instance, offering marketing strategies can be the unique selling proposition for Katya. And it's not really related to the customer segments. But please don't stop the flow when people are thinking. Sorry, Katya, if I'm doing this now, but it's just to explain that probably somebody is wondering why I'm writing everything. Because then you just have to cluster, share, divide, and at the end of the day, you will have a full board full with post-its in this case, and you have to have some work also home, because you have to make like synthesize the information. So I ask you another question, Katya. This is my last one. Where are your typical customers located?
Well, they are located, you mean my customers, or because I'm a little bit confused now. We are doing the job as I am your customer, as I was your customer, right? Okay.
Yes, right.
Yeah, my customers are located in Italy and in Europe, German, so DACH region, so German, Austria, Europe, would say, yeah.
Okay. So now I will highlight what are the information I would keep here. Okay. So where are your customers located in Europe? Because here is the customer segments frame. So has to be the question must answer to, sorry, you have to answer to the question, who are my customers? So my customers are wine producer.
Yeah, I got it now. They
My
are not only one
customer-
producers actually, but
no worries, Katya.
it's fine. Now I got it, because I didn't understand at the beginning what we were doing. So, I mean, if we were doing the job on me or on, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Yes, Katya, it's very fine, and I thank you a lot that you are helping me to test this online and to show also our colleagues how it could work. But I can also tell you, when you do it on the spot, it can be that people come with other ideas which are not really replying to this question, and the answer cannot be don't work in this frame. But we can move them. That's why I'm telling posts. And this would really also help the audience and the team to interact, because then I ask them, like I'm doing with you,
Yeah.
do you mean which are your is a startup a customer? I start like this. Is a startup your customer segments?
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
Is
not
only are
no.
only startups your
Mm.
customer segments
No.
in the wine production segment, for instance? Nine, not sorry,
No. No, they aren't.
So for
Nine.
instance, I can add, because I will ask
All
you,
medium. Yeah.
you should ask the customer.
Yeah.
So we probably can answer also are also small medium enterprises could
Mhm.
be my customers. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Sorry, Daniela, there's
yes,
one hand raised by
yes.
Silvia Pederzolli.
Ciao Silvia, please.
Hello, everybody. Sorry to interrupt you. I wanted just to ask a question. While talking about customer segment, it is possible to address the strategy to a specific cluster of customers. For example, we could mention large-scale distribution or bars and restaurants or wine bars. So we can define the customer segment.
For sure. First, you define the segments, like in this frame. And you can also write here, because I have told just before, don't stop the flow. If you have in mind some producers, now, you know, I'm living in the area of Franciacorta. Perhaps some Italian people know that it is a vineyards area. And I could say, for instance, Franciacorta could be one brand, Franciacorta wines. I'm not writing the brands now, but for instance, Berlucchi. Berlucchi could be my target customer.
Right.
For sure. You can write it down. And then you will see during each step, you will improve this, and only at the end you will have your final board. Okay. I'm taking some time because I'm also explaining you some actions which can be made for sure. But when you are in a team, you have more and more time to do this job, and you will see it will work very well. Silvia, have I answered to your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
You are welcome. So they would like to increase their production volumes. Okay,
Yeah.
I think this is one of the goals. Here we made a little bit of confusion because
Yes.
this is according your business. Okay, this was according the wine producers, so they directly to the wine producers. So I would say in this first step, our conclusion can be the customer segments is just one customer segment where you would like to focus in, which is perfectly okay. This segment is the one of wine producers, and we can mention some target customers with their names if we have some clear idea, if we are already at this step, okay? And then you address to startups and small medium enterprises located in Europe and in the DACH region. It's okay? It's
Yes.
clear for everybody. Now I interrupt the sharing and I'm ready to answer you. Could you try to do it yourself on this word sheet? Has anybody tried it? Okay. Then I open the frame for Nadine, and her frame, as we are talking about an idea, I think that the best one frame could be the unique selling proposition. Would you like also to have this sheet, or I can provide you this later on if you are not using them now? Just tell me, what do you prefer? Okay, so I don't drop it in the chat. Adriana, you can find the entire model in the link I will drop you at the end of the session, if you agree. Can you stay until the end? Adriana? Or I just do this.
No, unfortunately, I have to leave. Sorry.
Okay, Adriana,
And
no
I was
problem.
trying to figure out how you can use the model for something different than the, business with customers, but something that could be, something related to more my sector, which is, health,
Yes.
research, trials, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was just to play with the template and see how it can be adapted to, other,
Yes.
situations that could be useful.
Thanks, Adriana. I dropped the link to the
Okay.
business model canvas template. You will find also more information for sure in internet. And thanks for this observation, because I can confirm you can use this tool for any kind of topics. It depends which is the approach you need to have. It can be also for a single project. For instance, whom would I like to address this project, for instance? Who are the key partners of the project? If these are internal projects or in an association like ours, this can be also used. Okay.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea.
Yes.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
This
you.
can be very useful. So I go back to, is Nadine still there?
Yes, I also unmuted myself. So I'm not really sure what you wanted to me. I was late, I'm sorry. And I thought, so the whole exercise is about how you use the business model canvas. If you have a business idea, then also to build your business plan. So I'm just starting to build something.
Then it's the right time to use it.
Okay. Okay.
So I share again with you. Would you like to share your idea, or
yeah,
is
I can
it
just
top secret?
start talking with it. So at the moment, so the background is I'm working in tech, but I'm at court with my employer. So and so I want to use the time to perhaps found something on my own that's completely different. So what I noticed is that getting sports clothes for bigger sizes, and I mean like 42 up, so like even an L is sometimes really small, it's really hard. And I'm doing a lot of sports. I sew the clothes myself, like yoga clothes, for pole sports, the clothes. And I want to look into if it would be feasible to provide that as a service, like sew clothes for other women, and not normal clothes, but sports clothes especially. So leggings, tops,
Yes, clear.
things like that. Pretty simple stuff. The feedback I so far got at yoga and pole dancing classes was yes, please. And please also for smaller sizes. Because not everybody, even if physically you fit into something, it might not be comfortable to wear. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I sew my own clothes for, I don't know, 35 years or something. So I have the machines and everything. I have many little ideas. Now some things are there, like, okay, how much would I have to take? Like, what would be the prices? And where would I get the fabrics from? Yeah, I can get them like small scale. How big can it be in the end? How much time would I have to invest? How much would I have to invest at the start at all? So I don't want to invest much. That's why I want to use my own sewing machines. And it's also I can get money from the unemployment agency.
Okay, very,
Yeah.
to me, it's clear. Now I would like to help you to set some of these ideas and inputs in the right frames. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
So we start with your proposition, which should be your unique value proposition, because you think, but you have always to check that this is not already available, this kind of service and products, right? Did I
Yes.
get the right? Okay, it's right. Okay,
And
so
also like, yeah, it's so I have to, of course, look into competition and if
Yeah.
there's something like bigger size on the market, but I think I won't find anything that's as good as like tailored, because everybody knows when you gain weight, or like almost everybody, when you gain weight, everybody gains weight at different proportions. So it's not like you can't have the standard sizes and just size up.
right. So help me to define it in a sentence. What would you like to provide to the market? Tailored,
Or
sweet,
like, yeah, or customize, personally customized. Or is it, what's the word in like, it's the opposite of ready to wear, customized sportswear, especially for yoga and pole sports.
sportswear. So now, for
Yeah.
instance, you should think about, because we can set, now we write both sentences, because you will see that at the end, we have to make some choices. So, for instance, personally customized yoga sportswear, right? Okay. You mentioned an additional characteristic of this sportswear. This has to be with the size up 42, right?
Yeah, also, yeah, I also have like my personal trainer, she's like a 36, and she said she please wants something for pole dancing because it doesn't fit her. And she's like a smaller size. The original idea was for bigger sizes
Yes.
to do it, specializing there. But
So, for instance, size, I don't know if it is correct, down 36.
yeah, I wouldn't say size down. Like, I think I would advertise more for the bigger sizes, but because they don't like, I have one pair of leggings, sports leggings that I bought in the shop, and they don't really, yeah, I can wear them, but compared to the self-made stuff, it's just, pff, yeah, it's not comfy. It's comfy. So
Should I cancel down 36?
or
Would like-
specialized for bigger sizes, but
Right.
all sizes, especially bigger sizes, perhaps.
Okay. Up 42 is a good definition, or should I, because bigger can be anything. It depends what is big for you.
No, it's so don't want to have a size limit because it's personalized. So it's not. So I don't want to. So I want to measure the people and then sew myself. So draw the pattern and sew the thing so that it fits them. So it's not outsourcing to wherever clothes are
Yeah, you
sewn
want to
and
suit
sent.
this your way.
Yeah.
So it's like, will you be alone? You start on your own, or
Yes.
will you have already people supporting
No,
you?
I'll be
or
starting
will
on
you-
my own.
So
Starting my own. If
I
it
would
goes really
say
well, I can
one
always try find
woman
somebody who sews.
show at the beginning. I just put it like
Yeah.
reminder because it doesn't fit to the value proposition, but it's important because, okay, this is like size
Or all sizes,
Tailored?
especially bigger sizes.
Can be tailored, big sizes?
No, all sizes, especially bigger sizes. I think that would
Okay.
fit it best.
Okay, why did you think you should do all sizes? Because this is your unique selling proposition. I mean, if you do everything and you focus on everything, your target will not be that clear and you are on your own, you have to make choices. So in this case, I suggest you should think with which size would you like to start? You know? Because then by the time people would know you, and then you can differentiate the sizes and so on. But if you think today up 42 is where there is the main need according your experience, and
Yeah.
I would focus on one goal.
Yeah, then starting at 42 or 44, something like that. Starting, not yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's just a recommendation.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really good because trying things out. Yeah, and it was the same for me with the Microsoft, what the people are writing in the chat. So, oh, and thank you, Adriana. Yeah, so
I guess you could have already customers in this chat. So I ask you some more question. So for instance, which quality have your goods, your sportswear, for instance, are easier to wear, are more comfortable, satisfy an emotional need, simplify life. So how does your product differentiate from the competition, and which solution do they provide to your target customers? Or
and
to
so the first one
because
is
we didn't define the
Yeah.
target customers yet, because
Yeah.
by size does not mean they will be only women or men, for instance, and this we should now define. For instance, size starting 42, how do you call gender, any gender, for instance?
No, I would more defining as female.
So, for instance, you see? Okay.
Because I'm more comfortable with the female form because I sew for myself so much, and I know from drawing that it's so hard to draw a naked man, even if I saw a lot of naked men in my life. But like we're so familiar with the female figure also from advertising and stuff like that, half naked women everywhere. So it would more be for female, of course, on request, everything else too. Everything else, I mean, smaller sizes, defining as male, or like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So try.
so this is just I wouldn't write it down like in a statement, an official statement, like only defining as female, because I don't want to go like only with two genders. So I hope I didn't offend anyone with saying what like defining as female, but yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
And so like yeah, value proposition, it exists. Like I said, I can't really buy sports clothes in the shop that fit.
Okay, so the quality of your offer of your products will be comfortability, comfort.
No, it exists. There aren't clothes, or it's really hard to get sports clothes in bigger sizes.
Okay, this is
So
all
I know there are specialized shops, but it's like it's really hard to find something.
right.
And
But
that's also because like standard sizes don't work when you gain weight.
for instance, are you thinking about defining a color line which identifies your products? This could be a
Yeah.
possibility. So for
I
instance,
thought about that too. So first starting like with the navy and black, like the two colors, and then some color pops, like collection wise every half year or something. And I love to draw, so I could also have to get my own fabric printed. I know a Spoonflower in the US, but I know there's a company in Poland that is doing custom printing, like starting at 1 meter too. So I could do that, having that, but the main value proposition is sports clothes that fit.
this is not enough.
Okay.
This is not enough for the market because it's not enough specific. It's so general. Sorry, I'm like
Yeah.
just supporting you in your idea, but I would tell you, as a consultant, I would tell you, please think about this, because I think these clothes will have more and more qualities. And when you mention, for instance, 10 qualities, then when you look for competition and you try to confrontate with competition, you use all these qualities to check if the competitor has or hasn't it. Because I don't know why you say there are not on the market. How do you know that there are not? Because you couldn't find. So my question is, where couldn't you find
Yeah.
it? Worldwide, did you try worldwide and you never have found something that fits? Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yes,
that
I know
I'm
what you mean, but
criticizing.
I have the feeling you are like so for me it's just to have a business plan that gets a box tick that as a one woman show in Berlin with personal customers, so not customers from other countries or even other cities. So because I have to measure them, like as a small one woman business, that'll stand so that I know, okay, it's worth a try. Plus, the unemployment agency will give me monthly money without me having to search for a job, but can put my whole time in there. I'm not in search for investors. I don't want investors in there.
I
I don't want to
understand.
grow the business. And so
The-
like the questions more for me from you sound like more like if I want to sell the idea to somebody to invest in it, and I don't want that. It's too small. It's just a small little thing.
It doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
not my aim to this question I ask you, because especially because you would like to make it all yourself. You have to
Yeah.
try to do something and develop something that is feasible only from you, by you.
Yeah.
This means if you will start, I just make an example. You focus on the navy color. From my point of view, I would say navy color, because at the beginning I will not buy 1,000 kind of texture and colors, because first I have to buy little batches of material. Raw material for you is the textures, right? So I mean, do you know? Do you can see? Make it clearer for you. It's not that you should decide now, but you should
Yeah.
consider it now, because it can be that all of your ideas, for instance, we put here female, just as an example, and then in 2 years you will have, I don't know, male. But in this moment we list any idea of you, okay? Because I told at the very beginning, all has to fit with the revenue and with the costs. Otherwise, you lose it since the very beginning. So my suggestion.
Thank you.
The
Yeah, like
idea
I said, I'm just sorry to interrupt. I'm just at the beginning, and it's more also about what do I want to do, and then the next step. And I think there the value proposition comes in. When I know what I want to do, I know how to sell it. So I work in tech sales, so I know how to sell, but I first have to really think about what would I want to do and what would make sense, like money-wise, and then I can construct a value proposition from that. So yeah, but thank you. I also have to leave.
Okay, I hope it was helpful for you.
It was. Thank you so much. Free consultation. Yeah.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Nadine. Thanks for helping me in showing the the potential of this tool. So, okay, Eva, I'm looking at the messages.
We have just 20 minutes left, so
Okay.
maybe we could also face another project. If
You
there's
mean another volunteer?
another volunteer, if we
Is
have.
there any who has a question, for instance, like Nadine, or you are, for instance, in troubles because you want to add services, or a service that you are providing is not paid enough? This is also a point that we can analyze, for instance.
That could be interesting. Can you provide an example?
Me?
Yes.
Sure. No, sorry. Okay. Sure. For instance, 1 year ago, I started to select my services because what happens most of the time is that any of us has a quite big experience. So I'm 57 now, so I think I have more than 30 years experience, and I used to also I learned a lot. Now, but the point is, I cannot sell to the market everything at once. So I should focus on something which is also profitable. So after the first 4 years as consultant in the last, because I started in 2020, but I was already consultant before leaving for Switzerland, and I was consultant in Italy. I could mix these two experiences, Italian customers with European customers, with Swiss customers, German customers, and I tried to see with numbers again. I have an history, I can check my records, and I see how many times did I deliver service A, service B, service C. And for instance, I can, from this analysis, define a product mix, so-called product mix. Perhaps if I sell to a big company, 1 year consultation, because I have to provide more than one service, okay? Of course, I cannot ask them to be paid like my daily fee. If I work for a year, it can be not for 1 week. I cannot ask. Sorry, for 1 year, I cannot ask so much as I ask for 1 week, because it has to be sustainable. So I have to make choices, and according my customers, or I would say the prospects, I adapt my offer. And my offer can be adapted, in my case, by service. So I focused, I have like, I don't know, more than 10 skills and competencies. I filtered according what I really like to do more than anything else. So this is my top first. And then I consider, does it bring money to me? No. Okay, even if it's my top first, because I like to do it, perhaps I have to make a compromise with another service. So which service is really, for instance, working? Trainings. Okay, I have to train teams. This is a very, also, I like this also, but I like more study, making strategies. But okay, training is also a very good service that I can provide to sales teams in again in these small medium companies, because usually perhaps they have what happened to me, 4 companies merged together, and they had 4 different sales teams, and they had to define one unique strategic position of the company, and they had 6 people in sales, but 2 per each company, so 8 people. And it was really a challenge to mix all their competencies, all their experiences, and find a common way to lead the sales team. you have to do with people. So the changes need time. But on the other hand, you work with people, and this is very nice, according to my opinion. And this brings more money, honestly said, because the company can have a budget for this reason. And this was a merger and acquisition situation, but I focus only on sales because it's my competence. I've been doing it since ever. So for instance, this can be a way to choose the product mix where you consider the revenue, the margin. I like to do it or I don't like to do it. And so you make your own proposal. But among 10 competencies, I only offer 4 in my digital marketing, because otherwise people get crazy. So that's why I told to Nadine, for instance, Nadine, focus on something very specific, especially if we are one-man ladies, one-man women against the customer.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Daniela, there is one hand raised by
Yes, please.
Anke.
Yes, hello. I just have a question. If you have several services, you do for each service, you do the canvas separately or all in one?
No, it depends. First of all, I would start from the big Canva, define which are all the services, and then I go service by service with the Canvas.
Okay, thank
Which
you.
is not Canva. Canvas.
Yeah, canvas.
Yeah, you.
So in the end, you have like 4 different, or 5, because you started off with 1 for overall, and then you have 4 different canvas for each
Yes.
service one.
Yes. You can do like this. Yes, the tool is yours, and I recommend that you use one by each service. If you already have clear which are the services, and then if you decline the canvas to the service you provide, then you really focus on who is my ideal customer for this service. Perhaps it's not the same as for your second service,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you will define it step by step using the Canva.
So you could actually, if I was, because I have several services as well, and if I want to choose which one to follow, I could do for each service a canvas, and then I see where the revenue is best and which I like to do best. Okay, so
Sure.
it has also for
Will
choosing.
be very helpful for you.
Yeah.
And then you define your product mix. So
Yeah.
this is mix based on
Okay.
this, because you need to have the revenue and also the cost.
Yeah.
In your case, we sell, probably you are also freelancer.
Yeah, I'm a freelancer. Yeah.
Yes. In our case, our costs are very limited, but in case of companies, it's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Daniela, there's another hand raised by Elisa.
Please, Elisa.
Hi everyone. Hi Daniela. Thank you for this evening. I really appreciate it because in my company there are 6 lines of products, and it is very difficult to make it clear and to check the things going on and the people changes, so it's very difficult. So thank you. The question I have is about a customer of mine who asked me to improve his commercial value in and it is very specialized in corporate videos with infographic. So it is used for example, for security inside the company, or for marketing, and on the other end, I think for internal use, for some manuals, for example, and it is very difficult to me to interact with this person because he is not so clear when he speaks, and it's difficult to give him a solution. So in this case, do you think it is worth for him to talk to you directly and to work together with this customer to expand this his proposal?
This can be a chance because he has to focus on what he really wants
Yeah.
to achieve, first of all. For instance, how we just tried to this evening to define his selling proposition and then to combine the selling proposition, which is his product or his products, to the right markets. Because this is the point. Because people have a lot of products, but they cannot bring them to the market, and they are mostly not aware. I'm talking about the small companies. So with 20 up to 50 people or below, they have no idea, no clue what does it mean to bring a product on the market, even if it is a service. First of all, they don't check the competitors' services, pricing. They don't have any clue if they want to sell in Italy, in their region, in their city, or in the US, for instance. And these are all elements which help him to filter and come to the topic and to his priorities. This is the main point, because he probably cannot do all in once. But he doesn't know. He wants to show that he is good, probably.
Yeah.
He's not a salesperson. Probably he's a technological or technical.
Yes, he has
This
a
is
past
typical.
in IT, and
Yeah.
it's like the Italian style. Yes, we do all, and you just see what the customers ask, and
Yeah, but
it's
this is because this is a really a standard that people who are very technically skilled have no clue about to bring the product in the market. And this is one of the main issues, that we have a lot of products which then stay in our drawers or in our cellars because they think first the product. No, first the market. Because the market doesn't need, probably, it's not his case, but can be that the market is already full of this kind of services and products. Why should they buy one different? So you have to be different. This is the main point.
okay. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope you will have a new customer soon.
You are more than welcome, Elisa. Thanks so much. So Eva, I guess it's 9 minutes to 20. Is there anybody else who would like to clarify a doubt?
We can give the possibility to ask some more questions. I
Sure.
see a hand raised. It's Silvia.
Silvia?
Yes, it's me again. Yes.
Yes.
I was about thinking that this tool, for what I understood, should be always used every time that you have to go through a business plan. I think we should start from that one. So doing it before the business plan would help to clarify a lot of ideas and a lot of projects and vision, mission with this tool of Canvas. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I
Daniela.
agree, Silvia, because most of the time I go back to the idea. All starts from an idea, okay? Or from a project which is not working or a new project. And if you don't set these 9 pillars, which are these frames, which I showed you, you probably cannot focus on the solution. So because if you know what is the issue or what you have, you know also what to check or how much can it cost? So I mean, I dropped you in the chat this link to the business model canvas, and I am more than happy to help you, Silvia, if you need more support in case. Because at the end of the story, there are few questions, but fundamental to set these pillars. And these are pillars for any kind of business, product, company size. It's really adaptable, as I told you, and helps you, I repeat once more, helps you to identify the risks, the opportunities, the areas for improvement. For instance, the SWOT analysis is just after this, because first you define what you would like to do, and then you can make a SWOT. So this is really the start. According to my opinion, I'm really very satisfied with this tool, and gives a lot of chances because, for instance, Nadine before told, okay, I would like to sell in my region, country, Berlin or whatever. So then you have to check. Berlin is a good market for this kind of product. For the product she thinks can be is a need. And then I can speculate furthermore about what is a need nowadays. But okay, this is another issue.
Other questions?
Eva, I
So-
think people are a little bit hungry now.
Tired and hungry?
Tired.
Oh,
I hope
thank
it was
you.
not too boring. That's why I've chosen the way of a little bit of theory and more practice, because I think then it keeps us awake.
Thank you so much, Daniela. I think it was very, very interesting to
Thank you very much, Eva.
to learn something from your experience.
Thank you.
I thank you all really also for staying here until now. And okay, if you would like to, I can share with you my contacts.
And would it be possible to send the I don't know, the link didn't work really. You sent.
Okay.
So
I should ask you, Anke, are you part of EWMD?
no.
Okay, it doesn't okay. So I drop here my links, and you can ask me, and I can try to send it to you. Perhaps if you just drop me your email address. Just
Yeah.
let me do this.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. You have different ways to
Perfect.
reach me
I will
out.
copy it out. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was very interesting. Thank you
So
so
I'm
much.
very happy that it was helpful and useful, more than helpful. I hope it was useful.
It was.
And if you have any kind of questions, please reach me out.
I think we shall stop the
Recording,
registration.
right?